Welcome back. In this video, we're going to learn about coroutine scoop. A coroutine scoop determines how long a coroutine lives. It does that by providing a parent context to coroutines created inside it. That's why every coroutine builder is defined as an extension function on the scoop. Let's imagine we have the background thread and the UI thread. And let's discuss the application that we created before. We have the UI thread, launching the application and drawing the text view and the button, for example. And we are going to execute the background thread, which is downloading big file from net. Here, thread handling is done automatically using the coroutines. And the UI thread is free all the time. Download big file from net method is running. When ready, the result is executed in the UI again. So coroutine scoop in Kotlin is an interface provided by the Kotlin coroutines library. It represents a context in which coroutines can be launched and managed. It acts as a container for coroutines and it provides lifecycle management for them. In Android applications, you have two predefined scoops ready to be used: lifecycle scoop and view model scoop. In download big file from net method, you use lifecycle scoop, which is tied to the lifecycle of the current lifecycle owner. Here is the bigger circle, the coroutine scoop, the coroutine context, and the coroutine builder. This means all the coroutines created in lifecycle scoop will be canceled once this fragment is destroyed or the activity is destroyed. This is great concept because you don't need to keep track of all coroutines manually. Everything's done automatically for you. As a rule, you should use the predefined scoops to create your coroutines. For example, we have the coroutine scoop that contains inside it the coroutine context, and the coroutine context will be dispatchers, job, name, error handling, and so on. We have the global scoop. It's a coroutine scoop instance that runs on a global thread and is not tied to any Android component such as an activity or a fragment. It can be used to perform tasks that are not linked to the user interface UI or to start a coroutine that is independent of the lifetime of any Android component. The lifecycle scoop, it's a lifecycle owner such as an activity or fragment. This is what we used. This is an extension property that can be used to create coroutines that are canceled when the lifecycle owner enters a destruction state. So, coroutine scoop defines a scoop within which coroutines are launched and can be controlled. Each coroutine scoop instance is associated with a specific context, which determines the behavior and characteristics of the coroutines within the scoop. Coroutine scoop provides functions for launching coroutines like launch, async, and etc., and managing their execution within the scoop. It ensures that launched coroutines are properly managed and terminated when they complete or if there are any errors. If we jump back into Android Studio, we can see coroutine scoop. We started with the coroutines. Also, we can define a coroutine scoop with val scoop equals to coroutine scoop, and we define here the dispatchers, for example, IO. In the next video, we're going to talk about dispatchers. And here I can use the scoop. Also, we're going to talk about launch. And here is the control and manage of the scoop. So I can use another functions like async and other functions. Launching a coroutine within the scoop is done using the scoop.launch. So coroutine scoop helps in managing the life cycle of coroutines and provides a structured way to work with asynchronous code in Kotlin.